Aim training is completely impossible to get into without doing the wrong things and wasting a bunch of time. Luckily for you though, I managed to commit every possible aim training atrocity and then made this video. That way you can not do what I did. Also, everything in the video is timestamped, so if you already have Voltaic or you know what aim trainer you want, just skip those sections. This video is about saving your time, not wasting it. As surprising as it may be, you need an aim trainer to actually start aim training, so that's what we're getting first. And you're going to be picking between Aimlabs and Kovacs. Okay, Kovacs, pros and cons. Pros, it's better than Aimlabs in every imaginable way, but it costs $10 and there's no built-in replay system. Now Aimlabs cons. Terrible tracking scenarios, laggy, the search feature barely works, and it's worse than Kovacs in every way. But it's free, so if you're just starting out aim training and you're not even sure if you'll like it, you should probably just wait to buy Kovacs. With that said, if you're trying to get better at Apex or Overwatch or any other tracking game, you should probably just go buy Kovacs since Aimlabs tracking is so ass. Okay, so now that you have your aim trainer, you'll need Voltaic is the main way people track improvement and measure their aim. You'll have a rank for each subcategory of aim, and as you improve, you'll rank up. This gives you a way to track your progress, but more importantly, it gives you a concrete goal to work towards. Speaking of concrete goals, I actually have a concrete goal of you subscribing. Please! It's weirdly confusing to figure out how to sign up for Voltaic and link your aim trainer, so I'm gonna show you. It might be a bit boring, but just stick with me, okay? First, you gotta go to app.voltaic.gg and then sign in with Discord. Then you gotta link your Discord, and then go back and hit my profile. Scroll down on the left, and at the bottom you'll see settings. Click it and then link either Kovacs or Aimlabs depending on what aim trainer you picked. And then go back and pick either novice or intermediate. If you're new to aim training though, probably just best to go novice. I was shocked at how low I scored at first. Okay, so all these tasks are fantastic, but if you want to improve quickly, you can't just grind exclusively Voltaic non-stop. Good news though, since I'm simply a paragon of information, I can help with that. I know at first it feels impossible to sort through a bunch of random tasks and then not even know if what you're doing is helping your aim. But if you have somewhere to start, it's way easier. Guess what we're about to do. Okay, if you're using Kovacs, then you're also going to use the Viscose Benchmarks. You have no choice. These are the best thing that's ever happened. If you're not on Kovacs, just skip to the timestamp. First of all, there's significantly more tasks in the Viscose Benchmarks, which on its own is really helpful. But in addition to that, where Voltaic is meant to measure your current skill level, the Viscose Benchmarks were made to actually help you improve. I know that makes it seem like maybe Voltaic isn't worth doing. It is, it's just that if all you're doing are the same 18 tasks over and over again, you're gonna be improving a lot slower than you could be. So, we gotta do that thing where I show you how to get benchmarks again. Listen, I'm sorry, okay? It's not my fault. This time, you're going to evxl.app, which is basically just a huge collection of different benchmarks. And unlike last time, you don't even have to log in because you're essentially just searching for yourself by typing in your Steam ID, then going to Viscose Benchmarks, picking the difficulty, and you're done. This functions the same way Voltaic does. You can see the category on the left, the subcategories right next to them, and you'll grind high scores to hit higher ranks. Okay, that's all. Time for an obligatory rant about playlists. First, hi Aimlabs people. Again, so sorry for your loss. Now it's time to talk about playlists, which I am personally less of a fan of for two main reasons. First of all, for me, playlists made aim training so boring. It was so bad that I did the playlists for about 3 weeks and then stopped aim training for an entire year. Is this because my attention span has been eroding away for the past few years? Possibly, but either way, you don't want aim training to feel like a chore. When you're aim training, your goal should be to improve. You know, staying focused, going for new high scores. But playlists have a tendency to put people into this weird autopilot mode, and you'll end up zoning off and just clicking, which, as I'm sure you could imagine, won't exactly accelerate your progress, but never fear, there are some things you can do to keep that from happening. First, don't let yourself move on from a task unless you've hit a minimum score. So, for example, if my high score in a task is 3,871, I need around 3,700 before I let myself continue with the playlist. Again, it's a lot easier to stay focused if you have a goal to push towards. And when you're focused and you have a goal, you improve. So as long as playlists don't feel like a chore and you can stay focused while doing them, they're perfectly fine. Now, to actually get you something to start out with, you can find a million playlists in a million places, bars. But since they're not all good, you'll need a starting point. Like Voltaic. Yeah, we're getting stuff from Voltaic again. Listen, the video isn't sponsored or anything, like they're not paying me. unless they wanted to. They have a bunch of playlists that correspond to your benchmark rank, so you'll be doing tasks to help you improve from your current skill level, as well as game-specific and weakness-specific playlists. So for example, if you're asset static clicking like I am, there's a playlist for it. Voltaic's Discord is linked in the description, and you can find the playlists for Kovacs and Aim Labs under the resources section. Okay, so if you're anything like me, God forbid, you're probably not sure what your sensitivity should be. So you think to yourself, I guess I should go look up a video, and then this atrocity shows up. There are like a million versions of this video, so you've probably heard the core idea before. First, you flick to a target. If you go too far, then lower your sensitivity. And if you don't go far enough, then you raise your sensitivity. Unfortunately, this idea doesn't account for the fact that it's fucking stupid. I'm begging you on my hands and knees to not do this. This idea implies that your arm already knows the exact distance it needs to move to hit your target, but your sensitivity just doesn't match up with that distance. I have a bad habit of over flicking, so going off this, I should lower my sensitivity because I'm moving more than I need to reach the target. Wait, is it actually working? I think it is. Oh wait, never mind. I got used to the new sensitivity. You don't over or under flick because your sensitivity's wrong. It's just because you made a mistake. And no matter how much you raise and lower it, you're still gonna make those same mistakes once you adjust to your new sensitivity. I change my sensitivity all the time depending on what game I'm playing. And you know how long it takes me to get used to that new sensitivity? Like 5 minutes. Muscle memory does have an impact on aiming, but it doesn't come down to your arm just memorizing the exact distance it needs for each different shot. If you want to know more, Viscose. Oh my god, like from the benchmarks?
Whoa,
Viscose.
Viscose.
Viscose, dog?
Woo, Viscose.
Oh, it's like a Star Wars cameo.
Huh? What?
Has a video that explains this concept way better and also goes more in depth, so definitely go watch that if you're interested. Okay, so now that that's solved, how do you find a good sensitivity? I'm so glad you asked. It's largely up to personal preference, but since that's not helpful at all, I'm gonna give you some guidelines. Sensitivity is based off of two things. First is your mouse DPI. Now, it's really important you know what your DPI is. Your entire sensitivity is affected by this. Ideally, your mouse has software and you can see it there, but if not, look up the model of the mouse you have and it should say what DPI settings it comes with. The second thing your mouse speed is affected by is obviously your in-game sensitivity. In Aimtrainers, your sensitivity is usually measured in centimeters per 360, and you'll be able to select this option in settings. Generally, anywhere between 30 to 60 centimeters per 360 is a good starting point. If you're playing a tactical shooter, go with a slower sensitivity, and if you're playing a close-up, tracking-heavy game like Apex or Overwatch, then go with a faster one. Okay, last thing, do not spend all your time aim training if there's a specific game that you're trying to get good at. You only need to spend like 15 to 20% of your time aim training, and you should be spending the rest actually playing the game that you want to be good at. There are some sources for other channels to help you keep improving in the description, as well as links to the things I talked about in the video, like Voltaic. Also, make sure you keep looking for more videos about aim training, especially ones that go into more depth. Oh, subscribe to Headache on YouTube.